It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see who can claim Big Apple bragging rights. It's the New York Giants and the New York Jets, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
The unmistakable New York skyline to the east. And we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
Just about set. Anders Carlson has the ball teed up. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. Led out by their rookie quarterback out of Ole Miss.
Every team stresses it all week in practice, Mike, as they're building their scripts and they're delivering their team message. You want to start fast in the NFL. Playing from behind is a nightmare. You can't come out flat and allow the opposing team to strike first. They understand the importance. This opening drive, they feel really good about the plays they have tabled. They really feel good about the week of practice they had. Now all that has to come together, start fast, and then see if you can sustain it for 4 quarters.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
They gain 18 yards on that one. That's good for a Giants first down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. He's got his man, that's Slayton. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's a first carry for their running back, and he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan in the toss. Healthy gain, and they pick up the first down.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. In motion, it's Robinson. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And that is not going to work out as planned. Maybe a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm thinking, Mike, they might have had a little tendency on him or been tipped off pre-snap, because it seemed to me like that defense was just ready and waiting for the jet sweep. There wasn't a whole lot he could do. He takes the loss.
Taken in right side by the tight end, Jaxson. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And
he's in. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback out of Ohio State, first-round pick Justin Fields.
There's a lot of guys out there, Mike, that over the last couple years, the start of Justin Fields' career, they love nitpicking his game. It's a little unconventional. He's not an in-rhythm, on-time pocket quarterback, but I think that's okay. I think some of the criticism is fair, but there's one thing you can't deny. He is electric with the ball in his hands, both escaping the pocket and as a designed runner. I think they need to lean into his strengths as a player. Don't shy away from him, because when he's playing at the top of his game, man, he is the ultimate weapon.
They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Another run here with Hall. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And yes, that'll get it. First down, marked at the 30. A good run will keep this drive going.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
First down, Fields. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Fields now on 2nd down. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And he's come out of the game on fire here, Mike, early. He's yet to throw an incompletion on this opening drive. And as he now approaches the opponent's side of the field and they start thinking points on that other sideline, this defensive play caller has to be looking at that call sheet saying, what can I do to slow this guy down? Because with the way this game has started, he could be in for a big day.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
Anders Carlson here now to try the field goal. This one from 43 yards away. Carlson's kick is good. And the Jets are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he'll get forward for a couple. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. We are through one. It's the Giants leading this one early. More from MetLife Stadium after this. Look them up on a 2nd down and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. This one is hauled in by Daniel Bellinger. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
They'll motion their tight end, Jaxson. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Now, faking the give. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the 1st down. If you decide to air it out, everything short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
Slayton is the man in motion. A handoff as they try to run it here. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. That's caught over the middle by Jaxson. And he'll be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike. And what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Gano on to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Giants extend their advantage to 14-3. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Panay Wanwu now to return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
A tight end in motion now. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Javon Holland up to make the tackle. Second down, it's Fields. This one caught by Lazard. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. Here's Fields. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Back to throw is Fields. He gets this one complete to Reynolds. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Fields. He's got it at the 7. And he's in. And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So the official upstairs and the replay center in New York get the second look, and indeed this call will be overturned. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. They'll run. It's Hall. A dive, and he's in. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Anders Carlson now for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Jets are back within 4. It is 14-10. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Gray gonna return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. First and 10. Slayton is the man in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He gets that complete downfield to Slayton. And he will score. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Now, Gano for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Giants are out to a 21-10 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Gibson now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. Fields to throw. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Fields now. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down. Now Fields. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the defense has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now, Fields. Looking deep for Lazard. And he will score. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jets are back within 4. It's 21-17. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. Here's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Catch made, right side. It's Jaxson. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So on 4th down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. Xavier Gibson to return for the Jets. That's taken at about the 14, and he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Giants are out on top as we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports halftime report. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jets offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Fields now to throw on 1st down. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. On the run, here's Hall. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll go again with Hall. And that'll give them a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. Fields. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
A run here with Hall. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Now a second down throw for Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
That's to the running back, Breece Hall. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down. On comes the punt team now for the Jets. Amir Smith-Marset goes back to return it. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. He'll get this out to the left flat. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. In motion, it's Robinson. Back to throw. This one is caught by Robinson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
That's the mindset I just love seeing from a running back, Mike. His eyes weren't just on that first down marker. They were on getting that first and some on top of it. That's pretty impressive.
Now they'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
So second down, and they'll run it. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Derek Noddy there to bring him down. Third and long. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll try to run for it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. They'll start out first down and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. Fighting off defenders here, he'll churn forward and pick up 3. Second and 7. To throw is Fields. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
So a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard line. And it's first and 10. Throwing is Fields. Gets that one to the veteran Lazard. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. A good spot here, second and a yard. Here's Hall. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. They give to Hall, and he's not going to get there. Maybe he's looking for a cutback lane, but that certainly didn't develop. And now it's fourth down.
Third and short, you think the defense has everybody packed in there real tight. So as a play caller, you're thinking, all right, let's give my running back a chance to stretch and cut. But this defense was ready for all of it. They string him out wide, nowhere to cut, take him down for a loss.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. This is incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down. Let's see what this call is. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. RPO, quick throw, grabbed by Wilson. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. To throw is Fields. There's that man again. Another catch.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Back to throw is Fields. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Here's Fields. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
They'll try to run it with Hall. Good blocking, and he's in. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and the Jets. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Gray gonna return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense headed back to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Look wide. Get this one complete. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
Slayton is the man in motion. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll get to the 40 on a short gain. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw. Taken in right side by the tight end, Johnson. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Throwing now from the gun. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's got his man. That's Neighbors. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got... Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And this is taken in by the defense. No challenge flags in the last 2 minutes from the sideline. All second looks will come from replay, and I think the referee's been buzzed here to get another look at this call, and it is a big one. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
And he'll take it on in.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Gano on to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Giants have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Gibson now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jets offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Fields. He runs with it. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. And it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game. Final minute, still 2 timeouts remaining as we get to 1st and 10. Fields to throw. He'll take off again. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Now Fields. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He'll try and get there on the ground. Jets are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. Now, a big 3rd down. Fields now. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Fields to throw for it. Open man is Lazard. He's got it. The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Fields now to throw on first down. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on. They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
The game hanging in the balance and a critical third down. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. So a road win here for the Giants. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.